This guy named the Marquess is the Troy Bolton and Stefan Salvatore of 15th century Spain. Let me explain. So the Marquess of Santillana, who is our follower Luis's 16th great-grandfather, was one of the most wealthy and powerful grandees or high noblemen in Castile. He was a fierce military captain, politician, and just overall public figure in his era's royal court. But he led a fascinating double life that kind of mirrors Troy Bolton. While everyone expected him to only care about war and politics, he secretly really liked reading books and even writing poetry. And he didn't just write simple poetry as a hobby, he was a serious literary scholar. He even tried to integrate the Italian form of a sonnet into the Castilian language. Now, apparently his efforts ultimately failed, but he does get credit for being one of the first to ever try that. Now, the Marquess of Santillana also had a deep-seated loyalty to the monarchy, who at the time was King Juan II. However, the king was politically weak and was heavily dependent on his favorite minister, Alvaro de Luna. And so, like I said at the beginning of the video, think of the Marquess de Santillana as Stefan Salvatore, Alvaro de Luna as Damon Salvatore, and King Juan II as Catherine. And so just like how Catherine was pitting Stefan and Damon against each other, think of King Juan II as Catherine, who's pitting Alvaro de Luna and Marquess de Santillana against each other, when really they both are loyal to the king and want what's best for the king, but in their own eyes and in their own way. Now, the conflict between Marquess de Santillana and Alvaro de Luna became intense and brutal. And in one major battle, the Marquess was gravely wounded when he personally fought against the forces of de Luna. However, the Marquess would survive, and years later, he led a powerful political coalition that finally convinced the king and queen to turn against Luna. This maneuver ended up working, and the king ordered that de Luna be arrested, imprisoned, and eventually executed in 1453.